It is only an auctioneer who can equally and impartially admire all schools of art. What we have to do, what at any rate it is our duty to do, is to revive the old art of lying. There is nothing so difficult to marry as a large nose. The world has grown suspicious of anything that looks like a happily married life. Perhaps, after all, America never has been discovered. I myself would say that it had merely been detected. While we look to the dramatist to give romance to realism, we ask of the actor to give realism to romance. In its primary aspect, a painting has no more spiritual message than an exquisite fragment of Venetian glass. The channels by which all noble and imaginative work in painting should touch the soul are not those of the truths of lives. A critic should be taught to criticize a work of art without making any reference to the personality of the author. The function of the artist is to invent, not to chronicle. Bad people are, from the point of view of art, fascinating studies. They represent color, variety, and strangeness. Good people exasperate one's reason, bad people stir one's imagination. No woman should ever be quite accurate about her age. It looks so calculating. It is the spectator, and not life, that art really mirrors. Man can believe the impossible, but man can never believe the improbable. The basis of optimism is sheer terror. There should be a law that no ordinary newspaper should be allowed to write about art. The harm they do by their foolish and random writing it would be impossible to overestimate, not to the artist, but to the public, blinding them to all but harming the artist not at all. The well-bred contradict other people. The wise contradict themselves. Let us have no machine-made ornament at all. It is all bad and worthless and ugly. The spirit of an age may be best expressed in the abstract ideal arts, for the spirit itself is abstract and ideal. As long as a woman can look 10 years younger than her own daughter, she is perfectly satisfied. Literature must rest always on a principle, and temporal considerations are no principle at all. For, to the poet, all times and places are one, the stuff he deals with is eternal and eternally the same, no theme is inept, no past or present preferable. I would have a workshop attached to every school, and 1 hour a day given up to the teaching of simple decorative arts. It would be a golden hour to the children. Charity creates a multitude of sins. If a work of art is rich and vital and complete, those who have artistic instincts will see its beauty, and those to whom ethics appeal more strongly than aesthetics will see its moral lesson. It will fill the cowardly with terror, and the unclean will see in it their own shame. I think it is perfectly natural for any artist to admire intensely and love a young man. It is an incident in the life of almost every artist. Art never harms itself by keeping aloof from the social problems of the day, rather, by so doing, it more completely realizes for us that which we desire. I have never given adoration to anybody except myself. The ladies' world should be made the recognized organ for the expression of women's opinions on all subjects of literature, art, and modern life, and yet it should be a magazine that men could read with pleasure. Perhaps one of the most difficult things for us to do is to choose a notable and joyous dress for men. There would be more joy in life if we were to accustom ourselves to use all the beautiful colors we can in fashioning our own clothes. The mark of all good art is not that the thing done is done exactly or finely, for machinery may do as much, but that it is worked out with the head and the workman's heart. Nothing, indeed, is more dangerous to the young artist than any conception of ideal beauty. He is constantly led by it either into weak prettiness or lifeless abstraction, whereas to touch the ideal at all, you must not strip it of vitality. Art is individualism, and individualism is a disturbing and disintegrating force.